Right, this is session 2 with Gaelen at the University of Montana Counseling Center. Hi Gaelen.
Hey
How's
there.
it going today?
Good. Good to see you.
Good, yes, great to see you too. How's your week been?
It was pretty standard. I worked 3 days a week, and then I'm in school 2 days a week, this being one of them, and yeah, I'm a 9-to-5er for the first time in my life, so that's been kind of taken a hit on my old lifestyle. I used to work a weird schedule. Now I can just count on sitting for 40 hours a week, which is tough. But yeah, got to go skiing on Sunday, so that was
great.
Yeah,
cool.
Winter's here.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Good. How do you feel about the 9-to-5 thing?
Oh, pretty terrible about it.
Okay.
Not my ideal. I'm hoping when I'm done with school, I can have an alternative schedule again, or whatever they call it.
Yeah. Do you feel like, so you came in because you're kind of feeling a little lost in what to do moving forward. Do you feel like your current situation in the 9-to-5 is aiding in that feeling of voidness, of not knowing where to go?
Yeah, I would think so. I haven't really thought about it a ton. I could see like not being as active as like me not really having outlets that I used to for like what's going on inside, you know? So like maybe because being 9-to-5 has meant I can't really do as much activity as I used to and as I'd like to, so maybe just like feeling a little like angsty, you know, no release of that.
Sure. Have you been able to find those outlets a little bit despite your schedule?
Within the new
within the new 9-to-5.
Yeah, I haven't done a good job of it. Really, like on the weekends I go do things. Like I'm really bad at just going to the gym. I can do that when I'm down at school, but when I'm really not a gym person, and so like on a weekend it's easy. I have all day to go outside and do what I like to do, but like the evenings after work are tough because I'm not like I'll just go work out, but I do belong to the climbing gym in Whitefish, and
that's great.
That has been like a good social outlet for me and physical outlet and everything in the past.
Yeah. So is moving physically kind of your primary source of getting energy out and feeling good?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. So in this voidness, what have you done? Anything moving forward with it other than come here as a great thing to do? Have you done anything in the past that has either helped or hindered that feeling?
Right. Just talk to friends about it. Really. I mean, yeah, just like spin a lot in my head and then talk to friends about it.
Do you feel that helps or hinders?
I think it helps a lot. My friends are super supportive.
That's great.
And yeah, I can't think of any ways it might hurt, so that's been good.
Good. So my goal kind of here today is to come up with a goal for you to work towards that will hopefully aid in kind of closing that void a little bit, or figuring out how to deal with it and how to move forward. So it sounds like you already talked to friends about it, and you're coming here, which is great. What are some other things that you feel like might help you? Can you think of anything?
Maybe like being a little more disciplined with my outlet, coping skill, maybe some people would call it, of activity, whether it's like a yoga class or going to the climbing gym. Like I've been a member there and I actually haven't gone in like months.
So maybe getting that on the calendar. Are you a person that likes using planners?
Yes.
Do you like making lists?
Yes.
Me too.
Nice.
So sometimes I'll even write things down I've already done just so I can check them off.
Right, perfect.
So would it help if you wrote down a yoga class, looked up the schedule and wrote it down in your planner?
Yeah, it might. I think honestly what would help me the most probably is just my buddies, like, not putting it on them, but like getting them to be like, I'm picking you up for yoga whether you like it or not.
Yeah.
Because I would go if that happened, for sure. I would hop right in.
Sure. Having some accountability too.
Mm-hmm.
Would your friends be open to you proposing that idea of, hey, I need help getting this schedule is a little crazy right now. Can you help me get to 2 yoga classes a week?
Yes, for sure. I have a friend who's in grad school too, who's like a lot more into the whole gym thing and squeezing a little workout in here and there, and so she'd be a good one to do that.
Okay.
With, yeah.
Great. So with that, you also mentioned in one of our first sessions that you have physical pain. Does that hinder you in your physical movement, in your physical activity, which seems to be your primary coping mechanism that you use currently?
Yeah, I would say lately more than ever almost, just because of how much, like, how stagnant I've been. The pain's been increasing, and I used to get massages every single week, and I haven't had one in like months, and so yeah, that is always kind of this nagging thing. I describe back pain as being like emotional, because it like triggers a lot of things for me. I heard somebody else say it once, like, oh, back pain is really emotional pain as opposed to like knee pain, or and that really spoke to me. So I'd say yeah, it does.
Okay. And so with that, does yoga help your back in scoliosis?
Not a ton.
Okay.
It depends on the class. Some of it really hurts it, and some of it helps it. I need like gentle yoga, which there's not much of where I live.
Okay. Have you seen a primary care doctor for that? And
yeah, I've seen doctors, and I met with a surgeon last winter who crossed surgery off the list, so that was awesome.
Okay, well that's good. Did they give you exercises or movements you could do to help?
They didn't. I have gotten exercises from PTs though.
Okay.
Which help, and then the massage as well.
Okay. So maybe making a goal of doing those exercises and getting to some yoga classes would help in the closer, more immediate future. Does that sound right?
Yeah, it does. At first glance, it's like, oh my gosh, another thing to do. But it also, I'm kind of, I don't know where this stems from. Maybe I'm just like a really frugal person and stingy with like my money, and that translates to other parts of my life. But I'm kind of like, my mentality is always, if I'm putting in effort towards something, I might as well put in like as much as I can to make it super worth it. So I guess if I am coming here to talk to you, like, utilizing what we come up with makes sense, because it does sound hard to actually do that at first.
To take the time to do these stretches and get to classes and whatnot.
Yeah, it does.
So ways to make it easier. You mentioned your friends. Are there other methods that you've used in the past to kind of prioritize time in your day?
Getting Jake to cook me dinner instead of me cooking dinner.
There you go. That's a good one.
He's always into it too. So that's, honestly, that has been kind of like in the past, like, my time to stretch out my back, because cooking has aggravated it, and dishes really hurt it. Just like, I don't know what it is about dishes, but it really hurts my back. And so not doing one of those things and instead taking care of my back is like win-win, because then he doesn't have to hear me whine about it.
That's great. Yeah. So maybe that would be a good immediate goal to work on, is figuring out with Jake kind of a schedule of either alternating days, or if he's happy doing every day of the week.
Every day, yeah. No, I think he would be.
That would give you a half an hour, and really dedicate that half an hour to your physical body, and not to that last little bit of homework, or, you know, chatting to your mom on the phone. Even those are great things.
Yeah, no, my back is important to me.
Yeah. Do you feel like that's an attainable goal to have at this moment moving forward?
Yes. Yeah, I think it's good. I think it's like the kick in the butt that I needed. And once I start, like, I realize how helpful it is, and then it gets easier. It's just the, like, doing it, you know? Yeah, the, like, first go around.
Definitely. Definitely. And you're not the only one who feels that way. That is common in many different facets of life for many different people. And so, with that more immediate goal, do you feel like that will help kind of start filling that void, and that this is a transition period, if you will, in your life where you are in school and working the 9 to 5, and you mentioned that you potentially want to go back to that more alternative schedule after school. That really seemed to speak to your heart, and you said, you know, those 6 months in New Zealand were the best 6 months of your life, and, you know, finding the wilderness therapy and everything. Is this an attainable goal to do for at least this period of time in your life before you can find a different schedule?
Yeah. I think it's definitely up there on, like, what matters to me, so I'm sure I'll make the time to do it. It just might take me a couple tries to get the ball rolling.
Definitely. Yep, and get Jake involved, get your friends involved.
Right, totally.
Sounds like you have a supportive social circle, and yeah, you're in a different situation than a lot of them, so hopefully they can help with that.
Yeah, they'll be good.
Great. And there's one other thing I wanted to touch on that we missed the other week was confidentiality. It's a small town, and relatively speaking, and if we run into each other, say at the grocery store or gas station, how would you feel most comfortable with that interaction? What would you
with you and I? Oh, I haven't really thought of that. Maybe saying hi.
Okay.
I mean, you're always welcome to check in with me if you want, but I get that that's not really, like, what happens. And if you are busy and, like, don't see me, I will never, like, take that personally or anything.
Okay. Well, and back at ya. My personal kind of go-to with that is I will say hi if you say hi. If you're having a bad day and don't want to see me, that's fine too.
Okay.
I'll never take
Good
that
to know.
Personally, and of course respect you not wanting to know who I am.
Yeah. Okay.
That sound good?
Yeah, that's great.
Okay, great. Well, have a great week.
Thank you.
Write in your planner.
Yeah.
And chat with your friends about getting some things on your schedule to tend to your physical health.
I will do that. Yeah, thanks for the suggestions.
Okay, thanks, Gaelen.